Okay. I just hit that live stream. You know what I mean? I haven't streamed in a good 2 days. So you know I had to, and you know I had to stream my favorite type of content, which is the Legend Za talk. The Legend Za LARP, if you want to call it, since I'm on Showdown building. Mega Delphox, if it has my EV stat confirmation, we are going to be having 134 base speed, 144 special attack. Walk with me now. Mega Delphox coming soon. I hope you guys like my thumbnails I've been using for these. The Mega Victreebel in the builder, and now the amazing Mega Hawlucha in the builder, which that's still anybody's guess. Mega Hawlucha, they got the Jack Black LARP going on with the new Mega design. Hawlucha, one of the infamous worst BSTs of all time, but don't sleep. Don't sleep on the GOAT Hawlucha. I see everybody in the chat. Calm Saturday morning stream. It's actually mad early, but I gotta go out in like 2 hours, so figured I'd stream earlier. How's everybody doing? Where's the chat at? It's Pokemon time. Pokemon Legends Za comes out in what, 19 days? Shit hype. Shit hype. We're about to come up. Finally it's coming out. Need some new Pokemon. Need some new anything. At the very least, we're getting information on new stuff. I know we're not gonna get to really battle with them. Showdown should just make a new tier though. Showdown needs to not do what happened after Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus, we had all those guys in limbo. Showdown needs to make its own tier immediately. It could just be called the Sandbox tier, but this Gen 3 is so they need to make some fake tier when Legend Za comes out and we have all the information on the new Megas. They gotta tap in. They gotta tap in. Also, we'll probably get moveset additions to Pokemon that were featured in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that are going to be in Legend Za. Well, Legend Za is going to have its own unique dex regardless, so we might see some guys dexited. We might see some guys coming back. I don't know if we'll have abilities till Champions. Well, Legends Za, the game, won't have abilities, but like when they give us the information on the new Megas, they're going to have abilities and base stats already probably. And then that'll be applicable in when Champions comes out. Maybe I'm capping though. Maybe the ability won't be. Maybe the abilities won't be out. I guess we'll have to make up the abilities. When that Aerialate D-Knight pops out, everybody's gangster. Till my Aerialate D-Knight pops out and starts sweeping. Hawlucha will have agency, huge power. There's not gonna be no fucking Hawlucha with huge power. Hawlucha's gonna get stamina. We already solved the code, bruh. The thing is, it's definitely getting slower. We know that because Hawlucha's kind of fat now. He looked like a bulkier kind of guy, which is okay. You know, I respect all types of Pokemon. But he's definitely a bulkier guy now. And because he's a bulkier guy, he's probably going to go down to like base 100 speed. And we're going to have a bunch of Trailblaze Cope. I don't know what else to say. Doesn't that seem logical? We're going to see a lot of Trailblaze Hawlucha Cope. Hawlucha getting beefed up with stamina where it increases attack as well. You saying Hawlucha's ability is about to be bulk up instead of stamina, you get +1 attack, +1 defense? Alright, you gotta go. You're not seeing the vision pre-nerf Intrepid Sword or Intrepid Shield? Thunderbolt, the Discord needs your announcement. Oh, I thought I posted in the Discord, my bad. Post this. I might stream again at night. We'll see. I need a new game to play, chat. I was playing that Hades 2. That shit was pretty fun. I played a lot yesterday. I must have played for like two and a half hours yesterday. It was pretty good. Shit's not that hard though. It's like the same as the last one, but it's still a fun game. Unrelated, but they gotta give Kartana Trailblaze. Fuck out of here. They're not giving no Kartana Trailblaze. Can you imagine? Can you imagine my Kartana Terragrass Trailblaze sweeping? Wow. I'm actually really glad that that doesn't exist. The ability to... I actually never thought about that. What if Kartana got Trailblaze? I'd be hitting that Bandit Trailblaze every game. SD Trailblaze would also be like game breaking. But did you say you could have multiple Megas in Legend ZA? I saw that post by Centro Leaks stating that you... Yo, let me find that tweet. Let me find that tweet, bruh. I saw some shit saying that you can Mega multiple Pokemon in Legend ZA, which I think is just going to be a Legend ZA thing. I don't think it's going to be something that carries over to Champions or any competitive shit. Blender, you played Clover Pit Beta with Sama a while ago and the full game came out. You should stream that sometime. Alright, bet that, Potrizzy. I'll have to look into that. Clover Pit is the one with the red cards and the... Which one is Clover Pit? No, Clover Pit is with the coins and the... You're in like the really dirty room, right? Yeah, Clover Pit is a cool game. Alright, let me find this this Megas tweet. Where is it? Or maybe I can. Okay, I found it. In Pokemon Legends ZA, you can Mega Evolve your Pokemon multiple times in the same battle as long as you gather enough energy for your Mega Ring. Yes, that also means that for the first time, you can Mega Evolve different Pokemon from your team in the same battle. In Legend ZA, with all that real-time shit, it's going to be mad tough when I send out the Mega Dragonite, the Mega Charizard, and the Mega Metagross all at the same time. My opponent's going to be shitting bricks at the sheer power level of my team, which... I can't even blame him. Anybody would be shitting bricks looking at that bullshit. So it's I mean, that's pretty interesting. But like I said, I think that's going to be something that's completely unique to Legends ZA. And it's just like a visual thing. Like, oh shit, having mad Megas on the field at the same time. Which first off, that's really cool to me. That they're doing something like this. Because the whole point about Megas was... You have one on your team, and that's the opportunity cost. But I guess now, like, they're just trying to make Megas not as exclusive as it once was, which, I mean, makes sense for probably getting 50 new Megas, which me and Sama talked about in the video we did on his channel, which is more or less that with the new Megas coming, which again, it's going to probably be 50 because it's 25 from the new game, Legends ZA, and then this XY Dimensions, we can assume it'll probably have, like, 20, 25 Megas through that DLC. That would put the Mega count above 100. So at that point, Megas are not that... They're not that unique anymore. If 10% of Pokemon have a Mega, everybody got a Mega more or less. We could have had multiple Z moves instead. Yo, shut the fuck up. I would never play Pokemon if there were multiple Z moves. Can you imagine Gen 7, but you could have like 6 Z moves? Bruh. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Also, the status Z moves are lame as fuck. The status Z moves are pretty lame. They're all pussy. Like, when Toxapex uses Z Haze or whatever the fuck and goes back to full HP. Like, that wasn't cool. That was pussy. Shout out my boy Champion Chrome in the chat. I can't wait for them to reveal Mega Charizard Y. Surely Megazord Z is all but confirmed. Surely like I don't understand why Megazord Z, they never just trolled and did it. They already gave us Y. They already gave us X. I thought for sure in ORAS or in Gen 7 they were going to do that. But never give up faith. They still have the potential to give us Megazord Z. Charizard will always be top 3 most popular Pokemon of all time, right? It's always going to be in the big 3. Although, my homies told me that Umbreon is doing a full sweep these days. And that, like, Umbreon is the Pokemon these days. And sells for as much as Charizard, if not more. Which I think is sick. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Umbreon had motion of that level at all. Is that some new shit, or has that always been the case? Umbreon is very cool, though. I love Umbreon. I brought Umbreon to an OU tournament battle. Never forget. Never forget. I'm the only one to ever bring Umbreon to an OU battle. And I was going dumb with it. And by dumb, I mean it got sacked to a nasty plot Rotom. But Broke the sub, so it did its thing. Mega Quag would be hilarious. You telling me? Shout out Dex 1364 subscribing. Thank you so much on Twitch Prime. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitch. Much love. I see a couple of heads in there. I'm at 9 out of 10 on the Twitch train. We almost back at 500 members. So make sure you join the agency today, folks. I see a lot of new heads in the chat. And make sure you join the Discord as well. I see a lot of chat telling me that nobody cares about Umbreon. But I think y'all are lying, because I saw some expensive Umbreon cards on eBay when I checked a couple weeks ago. Because that's what my bro told me. He told me that Umbreon cards are just too gorgeous. Like, they're just the best. They're the best cards ever. Does Umbreon still have Heal Bell? I don't think so. Still gets toxic, though, I'm pretty sure. Umbreon's always going to be a piece of shite, especially with that Terra Poison in Fat. That fat-ass set. Oh, man. Whatever. Fucking Umbreon's a piece of shit. Can we get Mega Mawile too? You know, I was talking about Mawile on stream because I was asking what are the weakest Mega Evolutions BST-wise. And it's Mega Mawile at 480 BST. And then there's something else tied with this, but 480 BST. You know, it's pretty interesting. HP, special attack, and speed are all terrible, but only the HP really affects it in that regard. I didn't realize the SpDef is as good as it is. 95 SpDef is good, it's just the HP sucks, but... No, Beedrill has a little more. Sableye is the second one. Facts, Sableye. Sableye is carried by the ability and the typing. Mawile similarly carried by the ability and the typing. Shout out Hidden Forest for 33 months. 33 months is very epic. Thank you so much. Bought a Switch 2 plus ZA with the stocks I invested in the agency. Shout out someone Blendino. Big shouts to Hidden Forest. Thank you, gang. Membering up. I can't wait for Legends to come out on the Switch because I'm going to be hopping on that ranked ladder ASAP and we're going to be on the grind. That shit should be fun. I still got to play Legends Arceus. I mean, I have a Switch 2 and Legends Arceus, I played a little bit of it when it came out, but I didn't really play. So I'll probably revisit that on the Switch, set up my capture card and whatnot. We can troll in that game. All I remember, the main part I remember from that game is Sneasler. Like, Sneasler climbing the mountain, and you on Sneasler's back, and I remember, I was like, yo, what have they done with Pokemon? This shit is too tough. I was like, damn, they cooked! Legends Arceus is literally the best Mon game ever made. Please play it ASAP. It's probably still better than Za. Bro, how can you say that it's better than Za if Za's not out? That's crazy. That's crazy, Ski. But I do understand your sentiment that it's an amazing game. So I'll tap in. That was some crazy glaze you just did there, partner. Should do tournaments with the winning pot of a portion of agency donos. Hell no. I'm not giving y'all no prize. Because I've done 3 Ranbatch tours and the same guy has won every time. Which means it's goobed. Y'all are too ass. The same guy stays farming. So I gotta make some new tournament format up. Shout out to my boy Crosshair. Bit crazy to think about ZA being the last mainline Pokemon games that can get data mined because no one has cracked Switch 2 data mining. Someone's gonna crack it. Nintendo's not that shiest. Then again, they now have these companies that they pay like millions of dollars to that have like some online anti-hack software. So once you hack your shit, the fucking spies send you some virus and blow up your system. It's actually cooked. You can't hack the systems anymore. What happened to freedom? It's your God-given right to hack your video game system for free shit. So I don't really understand why they're going so hard to stop it. They need to knock all that shit off. All that anti-hack shit is crazy. I don't support stealing or nothing, but like, I'm just saying. I remember as a kid hacking my Wii and my PS3 like a boss. So what's up? But then I remember after all that, I took a break from video games and I came back. And then I remember I came back, got a Nintendo Switch, got a PS5. Ain't no more hacking. ain't no more. Now just $80 games. I'm thinking, damn, I'm about to play that new Ghost of Tsushima. Then I'm like, wait, I don't think I'm about to play that new Ghost of Tsushima. That shit is $78 with tax. I think I'm cooked. What's a Ghost of Yote? I think I'm fucked. I was like, damn, man, I like that shit, but I might just have to replay the first one until the second one's on sale. Games done got too damn expensive. Games are. Matter of fact, who's buying me Legend Za? Legend Za is gonna be $80, right? Oh my god, is Legend Za really gonna be $80? Yo, we're fucked. Yo, what do we do? Seriously, tell me, what do we do? Legend Za, is shit gonna be $80? Or is shit gonna be 70? Chat, who's buying me Legend Za? Somebody right now, drop the 80 on me. Right now, so I can buy this Legend. How is this even possible? How are they charging so much? 100 with the DLC? I'm not getting no DLC. DLC for me is on Showdown. Yo, that's a damn expensive game. It's 70, but the next game will probably be 80. Pokemon Gen 10. They need to just make Pokemon Black White 3 as Gen 10. That's what we need. Imagine being a 14-year-old and asking your mom for a $100 game. Your mom's gonna look at you like you're dumb as shit. Like, your mom's actually gonna look at you like you're stupid. That's so much money. $100 game. Man, I remember asking my parents as a kid every now and then for the scuba expensive $50, $60 game, and they'd always be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Trying to get this expensive ass game. They'd be like, where the $20 game is at? I'd be like, nah, please. please, I need that Mario Galaxy. Oh man, good times. I remember when damn. Do people still play the what's the shit? 3DS? Is that out of is that like being rinsed out now that Nintendo Switch is like a handheld and what's it called? A TV thing? Is the Nintendo DS, 3DS, is that cooked now? Is it over for them? The Nintendo DS, I got some good usage out of that. Nintendo DS Lite, that was my shit. That was my shit. Shout out Ruma2601, 6 months on Twitch, goated. Imagine if Mega Malamar ability just cancel your contrary stat up. That shit would be the biggest mind game in Pokemon history. Since Ash did that golden shit with Pikachu and Swellow, that electric Brave Bird. What do you mean by that though? Like, you just can't set up in front of it? Like all setup moves fail? That shit would be pretty busted. I'm still pretty doubtful of Malamar though, because its stats are buns. And Dark Psychic is one of the worst typings ever, but the shit can cook. Terra was actually one of the best things ever for Malamar, because it would just superpower and then turn into a fairy type, and then wall whatever in front of it. 3DS is cooked. All that shit is cooked. Yeah, all that handheld shit is cooked. It's because handheld gaming is fake. Except for when it was on the fucking Nintendo DS and Game Boy and PlayStation Portable. Now, they got Nintendo Switch handheld, which I'm telling you is fake because that bitch is too big. And then they got, what is the other hand? Like the Steam Deck and like whatever other like laptop companies be making their own shit. I'm telling you, this shit's fake. This shit's super fake. Nobody trying to pull out that Giga tablet and game. Shit's just not realistic. That shit only exists for the rare human being that has a 2-hour commute to work every day. Also, there's no game shice enough anyways. Sorry to say. Go on your phone, pussy. I don't know what else to tell you. It's over, man. It's actually over. It's actually over with. They gotta go. The Steam Deck is pretty shiced though. I'm hating, but that shit is actually pretty shiced. It's pretty expensive, but it's pretty shiced. Handheld gaming just became phone gaming. Phone gaming is pretty fucked up too. What do they even have on phone? All they have is brain rot games on phone. Like Subway Surfers. You know how many downloads Subway Surfer has? 2.6 billion downloads. That shit gotta be the GOAT of games. 2.6 billion. Bitch, you weren't expecting that number. Nah, they cooked. Shout out Ancient Kazam for 33 months. I'm waiting for those ZA DLC megas to leak. I'm telling you. Well, me and Sama went over that in a stream, and it was some of the most insane leaks ever. I mean, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, but Spoiler warning, don't listen for the next couple minutes if you don't want to hear me talk about the potential leaks. But yeah, in those leaks, they were showing like Mega Evoltal, Mega Xerneas. If they give this guy a Mega, if they give this guy a plus 100 VST, oh my god. Hide your family. It's Joe. If they gave this guy a Mega, it would be wraps. Are they real? Nah, you can't believe anything. It was just a random 4chan leak that somebody tweeted about, and then it got some traction. It wasn't anything crazy. Big shouts to Sama the Goat in the chat. Show some love, guys. Shout out Dylan for the dono. They'll give Mega Malamar Auto Trick Room or some BS. We argued about this so many times on stream. Is Malamar a contrary merchant, or is he going to do something different? And I think it's pretty much confirmed with the new Malamar Psyop that Pokemon just dropped on us, that it's going to be some hypnotizing shit. Also, he's super skinny, right? The new Malamar is so skinny, looking like Megamind in this bitch. So maybe it's a speed-related ability, and it's a hypnosis move. What if that shit gets speed boost? We don't have enough speed boosting Megas. Scolipede doesn't need speed boost. Scolipede can farm speed boosts in base. But I guess they could make Scolipede as a speed boosting Mega. Just like Blaziken kept speed boost as a Mega. Why did they give Blaziken speed boost? Pokemon just likes to troll. Why does Showdown make the best base stat 0 IV? Why is Showdown doing this troll shit to me? Even though I guess I'm not about to battle. Y'all think they're gonna ban Sleep next gen when these guys make it onto Showdown? I mean, Sleep's banned every gen in singles OU. When I'm on that champions ladder though, get ready. I'm hitting that Dark Void, bitch. I'm gonna be the #1 ranked BSS player. Nobody will be better than me in bullshit shit OU. I'm gonna be the best player ever. Imagine Mega Malamar's ability made the opponent pick the same move slot that you pick. So you pick move in slot 1, they gotta use their slot 1. Hey, bitch, what are you talking about? What kind of insane tech is that? That 50% accurate Dark Void? I'm still gonna cook. I'm about to use some cheese. Maybe its ability will be Topsy-Turvy on everything but you on entry. Yeah, Topsy-Turvy is still fair because Topsy-Turvy is a signature move, so it's pretty rare that they would just forget about it forever. But I still think it's going to be something to do with hypnotizing. Topsy-Turvy as an ability wouldn't be that far-fetched though. I could see that being some real shit. Right? It's Blaziken glazing, man. Fuck Blaziken. Blaziken needed speed boost to not get him outclassed by Infernape. Infernape doesn't even have a Mega though. Even though Mega Infernape might be the most best-selling Pokemon of the year if it was dropped. If they released Mega Infernape, bro, they would have gone platinum. No pun intended. That was a hard bar I just dropped. No, but seriously, why didn't they reveal Mega Infernape? And also, was Mega Crook and Mega Aegislash and all that other shit a bait? Pokemon Company, I thought Mega Aegislash was coming. I had a pretty good read on that. Predicted Mega Chandelure. But we thought all those guys that they were showing off in the trailer were getting Megas. So they trolled hard. Where the fuck are Mega Crook and Mega Aegislash? Mega Aegislash has got to be a DLC XY Dimensions Pokemon. I won't accept any other answer. Yo, Blunder, Mega Malamar here. My ability is gonna be contrary superpower on entry. Plus, I'm a fairy steel type now. Well, thank you so much, Mega Malamar. You the boss. What would be your team and ace if you were a trainer, Blunder? My team would be straight dragons and straight psychic types. And my ace would be Latios, the mixture of both. Latios has probably won me the most amount of tournament battles among the generations I played the most in tournament, aka Gen 5, 6, 7, because that was the peak of my tournament battles. Latios is responsible for winning me mad games in all three. So, life on the line. If I gotta pick one Mon, life on the line, Latios at choice specs. I don't need anything else, bitch. I'm going in. I'm going in. It was Keldeo, but Keldeo is just the GOAT of Gen 6. Gen 5 and Gen 7, bro, I've won too many tournament games with Latios. I'm the best. I'm the best, bro. Me and Latios, I never lose. I'm the best. Other than that, I don't know. I'll be using that Landorus T every game in Gen 7. So it's either Latios or Landorus T. Probably a tie between the two. And then special shout out to Ferrothorn, who I also spam. And Heatran. There's just too many good Pokemon. There's just too many good Pokemon. But Latios is on every single team I ever ran in Gen 5 and Gen 6. I really couldn't lose with Latios. It was just too consistent of a Pokemon. But anyways, enough Latios posting. Latios will be back with its Mega form, and you're gonna have to... Joey's favorite Pokemon, not even Latios. Joey's ride or die Pokemon is Suicune. Joey just likes Draco Meteor. Joey's ride or die Pokemon is Suicune. All he do is love Suicune since the Genesis. Before Suicune was clicking that sub CM. Joe's been Suicune posting since the war. I'm telling you. Since I can remember, Joe is the Suicune super duper fan. Does Joe like walking Wake? I'm sure he does. But Suicune is his Pokemon. I remember. He always be Suicune posting. And to be fair, Suicune is an amazing looking Pokemon. I'm happy that the legendary dogs got something. But that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder, chat. What about these guys? Hold on. What about these guys, chat? Why aren't they getting no megas or no forms or no nothing? You telling me the streets are not rocking with these three? Cap. Everybody's rocking with these three. Why don't these guys get anything? Why is Gen 4 so fucking hated? Yeah, you're telling me that none of these are getting a Mega? Is crazy. Nah, they're bugging. These would have been the 6th most popular Pokemon of the century. They trolled. Not shiced enough. Ain't nobody know them. People don't know Uxie and Mesprit and all them shits. Ah, cap. How would I redesign the Regis? I don't gotta redesign the Regis. They fucking make new Regis. Like Regieleki and Regidrago. The fucking Regis stay winning. Since the Regi Trio's inception, they've had 2 separate occurrences of new Regis. Regigigas, which, man, I bet when Regigigas came out, that shit must have blown people's minds. They must have been like, oh my god, a new Regi. I'm sure when that shit got revealed, that shit was mind-blowing bullshit. And then Regidrago and Regieleki was like some funny meme shit. But I remember as a kid, I'm talking when DPP was a main gen, and I had that game as a real youth, like 6th or 7th grade or whatever I was in. I think 6th grade. Or was it 5th grade? I think 5th grade. Was it? Yeah, it was 4th or 5th grade. The point I'm trying to make here, the point I'm trying to make here when I'm reminiscing on this is that my friend had a Regigigas, and I remember seeing the stats on that bitch, and I was like, bro, please trade me your Regigigas. And he was like, all right, I'll trade you my Regigigas, but only for some equally tough shit. And I think I traded my Kyogre for his Regigigas. But then I found out what Slow Star did after using it in battle and looking it up. And I was like, yo. I was like, yo. I was mad as fuck. But he didn't even scam me like that. Like we didn't really even know that like that's what Slow Star did. But I just remember being like, yo, gang, why is my shit so weak and so slow? But I guess like, because back then you don't even really look at abilities. You just look at the stat numbers and you put like Flamethrower, Ice Beam, T-Bolt, Surf on every Pokemon and turn your bitch into the avatar on some G shit. But yeah, no, that's not what happened. I had the worst shit ever. Did you get your Kyogre back? No, bitch. I think I wanted it back, but my bro was like, nah, gang. Deal's a deal, pussy. And I was like, straight up. And then that was the end. That was the end. I lost my shit. I didn't even get scammed like that. I also didn't realize how shit Regigigas was till a few days later. Also, this was one of those friends where they live like 45 minutes away. So it's one of those friends you only see them like when your parents link with their parents. So that shit's like a rare occurrence. So I wasn't about to slide back 6 to 8 weeks later on some, yo, give me back my Kyogre. What kind of hoe shit is that? Even at a young age, I knew not to exhibit hoe tendencies, so I would have never done that broke ass shit. Spun back talking about some, hey, I've been thinking about my Kyogre the last 8 weeks. No, bitch. I just had to hold that. It is what it is. But we could say that that probably started my career of scamming people on Gen 4 GTS and Gen 5 GTS. As I said, on Gen 4, I was quite a consistent monster on them Gen 4 trading rooms. I would be stealing shinies and perfect IV Pokemon like nobody's business. I couldn't be stopped. Blunder, I started TAing middle school, and when I told a kid to put away his phone, he said, "This not my phone, that's my titanium brick." What the fuck does that mean? You should have expelled that kid right there. I guess you don't have the power to do that, but the point is, that would have taught him a lesson or two. You know what I'm saying, G? You ever do what? Blender, pull up Vespiquen stats. Let's see what we can do with the Mega. All Vespiquen fans will be happy, aka Sama. Bro, Vespiquen probably has like a niche community of fans. And honestly, the defense stats aren't bad. The attack stats are whatever. It's just the typing is super duper gigacox. This shit is whack. Sama said fuck Vespiquen in the chat, so it looks like this guy is lying. Yo, whoever just asked to bring Vespiquen up, you gotta drop 5 members asking me to look at this bullshit for no reason. Nobody was even talking about Vespiquen. Yo, you just spoiled the mood by suggesting Vespiquen. Low key, you gotta apologize for that. Low key, bro, you just killed the vibe. you just killed the vibe suggesting Vespiquen like that. You just totally killed the fucking vibe. Blunder, how do you respond to the allegation that you're still winless on PokeChess? That's cap. That's cap. I don't know if you can click on someone's profile and see their win-loss, but I'm not winless. I won one time with Mono Dark. I had a Mega Tyranitar and shit Giga swapped. Easy swap, easy money. Shit was OP. Sama switched up on the day 1 Vespiquen. It is what it is. Sama couldn't keep it 100 with Vespiquen. I keep it 102 with Vespiquen. Anyway, this Pokemon's dicks. I don't know why we're looking at this shit. Shit's ass. Chat, they better give Delphox fucking Psychic Surge. I thought about it hard, and they gotta give it Psychic Surge. I'll accept Magic Guard as well. Or, what's a fire ability? Like, as in like a literal fire type style ability. Because they keep talking about this guy's like magic fire abilities and whatnot. Some branch bullshit too. I think it's gonna get Levitate. Why? Because he's flying and shit. Flame Body? Don't do that. Don't say Flame Body. Flash Fire is usable, but I don't want Flash Fire. Moxie boosted suggested Surge Surfer. Surge Surfer could be nuts, but I don't want Surge Surfer on my fire type. That would take another Pokemon to be paired with it. It's getting Levitate and a fire move that confuses. Fire move that confuses sounds possible. Stop talking about branch poke on Delphox. It's not happening. There's not going to be any branch poke. Nobody's poking branches, bitch. Stop talking about that. Huge power but special. It's getting anticipation. That's not happening either. Solar power? I doubt it. I doubt it for solar power. Mega Wailord becomes water flying type, gains the ability Drizzle, becomes more defensive. Mega Wailord? Damn. Can you imagine? Did they even bring Wailord into Gen 9? Let me look this shit up. I doubt it. Nah, I knew they didn't bring Wailord's fat ass. What about Gen 8? Does he exist? That's good at least. How the fuck does Wailord have 500 BST? This shit is super cocks. I'm impressed that this has 500 BST. This shit is surprisingly cocks. What if Delphox gets Petches where if you burn you confuse too? That would be pretty gross. What's that move that confuses the fairy alluring voice, right? There's a fire move that burns if you set up, right? Burning jealousy. What if Delphox gets like the confusing version of that? What if Delphox gets alluring voice, but it's fire type? What if that's the special move? Which is like whatever. Shit mid. Mega Meganium is getting Tablets of Ruin plus Triage ability. That's the only way he'll be viable. I think that shit's not going to be viable no matter what. If they don't give it Earth Power, count that shit out. Actually, I'll pair it with Magnezone for all the Mega Scizors that be Lumen. And then, GG. Ability that turns a specific K. What does that mean? Bro created the term Theorymonning like we wouldn't realize? No. That's an OG term. Theorymon is an OG term, bro. Theorymon is some shit that predates a vast majority of Pokemon players ever. That shit's from before I even started playing Pokemon. How long are we gonna have to wait for the abilities to be released? They aren't gonna be in ZA, right? Well, Legend ZA is most likely not gonna have abilities. But we are gonna get all the stats of the new Megas in Legends ZA. Because in Legends Arceus, we did get all the stats that were correct of the new Pokemon that we did not get to play with until Pokemon Home in Gen 9, like the Hisuian Pokemon. But I don't remember if the Hisuian Pokemon's abilities were in, like the information was out when Arceus came out. When Legends Arceus came out, even though there were no abilities, did we know the abilities? Like, did we know Samurott H had sharpness, or did we not know that until Gen 9 got him? How did we find out? Or did we not find out until Gen 9 came out, I mean? Hisuian Arcanine had Justified, and that got changed to Rockhead. I see. So a lot of placeholder abilities. I see. So we actually won't know. More than likely, we won't know then at first, because there's gonna be placeholder abilities, and then champions will come out soon, and then. Okay. Mega Delphox getting White Smoke. Yo, White Smoke is Torkoal's bullshit, right? Isn't that like you can't drop Evasion? Yo, White Smoke is some bullshit. Don't even talk about no White Smoke. That shit made me mad. Just thinking about it. White Smoke. Fuck out of here. Ain't no White Smoke. Hey, Bunder just joined. What new Mega you hyped for? Shout out to B did. The new Mega I'm hyped for the most that hasn't been confirmed, but is more than likely gonna be in the new game is Mega Heliolisk. I'm really fucking hyped for that. I think that's gonna be like the coolest mon ever. So, I mean, Heliolisk, I'm a super fan of that Pokemon to begin with. So, like the idea of it getting buffed is awesome. But we'll see. I like any double typing as well. So even in a typing like electric normal. Also, I keep on saying this even though it's not happening, but please Mega Victini. Please Mega Victini. We need that, bro. I want Mega Victini badly. I'm begging for it. Blender, don't forget a lot of moves were specific to Legends Arceus mechanics before Gen 9. For example, Dire Claw and Ceaseless Edge were not that broken in Arceus, if I'm not mistaken. How did they even work in Arceus? Since Arceus doesn't have the normal battling style, How did stuff... Yo, I gotta play Legends. I might play Legends Arceus today. I might download that shit today. Because I'm going out today and then coming back at night. I might set up my capture card and do a crazy late night stream. I might have to tap in. Because I gotta play that shit before the new game. If I don't lag, I'm gonna tap in. Primal Deoxys would sell 100 billion copies. Deoxys always has people... Deoxys always has people posting on Twitter about how high aura it is and shit like that. Any Deoxys buff, new Pokemon, any blessing they give Deoxys is going to be a W for Pokemon overall. Let me look up Deoxys. Funny ass Pokemon. I can't believe this shit has 600 BST. This is the most amazing min-maxed Pokemon of all time. Pheromosa could never do what this godly Pokemon is doing. This is the best Pokemon ever. Mega Roserade. Unfortunately, they hate Gen 4 Pokemon too much. Alright, let me look at the leaked document real quick. Sorry if you didn't want to be spoiled, but it had to be done. Mega Eel. This one's up there as one of my most hyped ones. Like I said so many times before, I'm pretty sure this list is entirely real at this point. Everything has been 100% accurate. Shout out my boy Steck on deck, joining Legends Lieutenants. I'm pretty sure you already were membered up. But thank you, big dog. Appreciate you. You always be showing love in the streams. I remember you pulled up, you dropped that Gigadono. You tough for that. Mega Eel looks crazy. Dude, Mega Eel looks amazing. What's this webpage called? It's called PokeOS.com. If you Google Pokemon Legends ZA leaks, this will be the first website that comes up. Shout out my boy Mikro with the 5 gifted. Guys, we got to hit 500 members today. All right. I'm going to need a lot of y'all watching. Start making the big dog decision to join the agency. Huge shouts to Mikro dropping the 5. He dropped the 20 last stream as well. That's the GOAT. Shout out to everybody for the generosity. Deoxys is so cool. It has so many cool moves and its stats are so good. Deoxys has every move in the world. Nasty Plot, Psycho Boost, Ice Beam, shit out both hazards, Taunt, Dual Screens, Knock Off. Bro, Deoxys has every move ever. Thank God they didn't get Deoxys Flamethrower, or it would actually just be broken. And it's funny because Deoxys speed stats are all pretty average, besides, of course, its insane speed. But something about having that well-balanced 90 across the board, it just gets the job done. What's Deoxys' defense? Is 85? Let me check. Oh, I was looking at some crazy fake Pokemon on the Pokeathlon server earlier. Look at the shit I'm looking at. I'm looking at the shit you truly cannot pronounce. But they got some shit on this server where I got scared to even look at it. Who is Zekrom Armor? Who is this guy? Be careful out there. Be careful, chat. Oh my god, I shouldn't have smoked that shit. Now I'm Zekrom Armor. Help. Help me. But, yeah, Deoxys speed. Okay, 90 defenses. Yet another Pokemon with an awful HP. But decent enough defenses. This is the Starmie Chandelure style of Pokemon. DOS having 90 defenses is weird. Nah, it's not that weird. That's regular shit. There's a lot of Pokemon that they do this with. The low HP, but then the actual passable defenses. So these Pokemon will always be able to live like a neutral EQ or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Kyurem as a rusted sword item. Dude, I'm telling you, I'll always take the new form Pokemon. That shit will always be very exciting for me. Z Psycho Boost will go crazy. Fucking Genesis Supernova. Yo, Z moves are coming back in the new game. It's one of the... Or not in the new game, but in Champions, they're going to cycle through all the core mechanics. They've already talked about that, right? So, yo. It's going to be exciting. when that Genesis Supernova comes back. Blunder, we need Radical Red Dumbass Gambler stream. I might play Radical Red maybe in like an hour or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still pretty far away from Goldenrod City. Or is that where the gambling is? Yeah, I only beat the first gym leader in Radical Red, but I'm playing Randomizer, which is pretty fun. Excited to see Marshadow steal 7 souls again. Man, I wish that Pokemon could ever be balanced. That would be a sick Pokemon to get a form or a Mega. This guy's a movie, right? Chat. Marshadow, is he cool like that? His movie do good? He did numbers? Sold mad copies? Mad tickets? Or flopped? That shit's ass. I feel like this Pokemon probably did well. It's a cool looking mon. It's pretty cute. Has a movie with Ho-Oh. 3 good movies? 3? I had no idea it was such a clouded Pokemon. Because I never got to experience this thing in competitive. It had its time in some Gen 7 OU teams. I mean, not OU. Gen 7 Ubers teams. I don't know if this shit was used in Gen 8 Ubers. Was it? I literally don't remember. I don't even think I have Gen 8 Ubers teams, if I had to guess. Yeah. But yeah, Marshadow is one of them. Is one of them ones. Marshadow was in OU for 1 day. I remember I used it and I 6-0'd my boy Ben Gay on the ladder. I caught him on the high ladder and we both had Marshadow, but I had a helmet Tangrowth. So mine walled his, and then my Tangrowth walled his Marshadow, I mean, and then my Marshadow just killed everything with Spectral Thief. It was OU for literally like 1 day. Scarf Marshadow was very good in Gen 8. It also had Technician, which was so nasty. Technician is so nasty with, what's it called? Rock Tomb, going up to 80 base power, and then of course Shadow Sneak, right? Blunder, I just hit a Hurricane with a paralyzed Zapdos 4 times in a row. Paired his Zama with Static, and then crit the +2 Zama with Barrascuda. I'm on top of the world right now. You're very lucky. I'm bad. But, you know what? We gotta take those things every now and then. I've been there myself, player. You need to pay that luck forward, alright? Remember that. Always pay that good luck forward. I had a tournament set yesterday. I got 6-0'd game 1. Which is, interestingly enough, how my last tournament games, my last tournament series started as well. Then I went on to win game 2 and 3. So it looks like this is my new life. Mega Deoxys, real or fake? Fake as fuck, player. There's no Mega Deoxys. Deoxys has 4 forms. And 3 of them are shiced. Defense fell off a long time ago. Deoxys is never getting no Mega. Deoxys is one of those... It already got too much in its life. We gotta really consider what Dragonite Mega is gonna be. But I guess we've already kind of decided as a team that this shit's gonna be a special attacker. Deoxys complete form? They should do something like that. They need to stop limiting Deoxys to the 600. I think that's kind of corny. Plus, we all know Deoxys is a fan favorite, so it's time to take it to the next level. Or at least make some item like the Deoxys Crystal that, you know, that takes you to the next stage. How do you change Deoxys' form? It's like some DNA meteorite or some shit, right? Some like key item bullshit. Meteors. They need to make Deoxys switch forms mid-battle. You want stance change? You mean the guy they lied to us about that was supposed to get a Mega? This is literally supposed to have a Mega. Why did they lie? I can't believe in Gen 6 this used to have 150. Fuck. This shit is in National Dex and it's a fucking piece of shit to deal with. Steel Ghost is cancer typing. You know, I hope Melmetal's back for Gen 10 and for Champions, might I add. Melmetal would have been pretty good for Gen 9 OU. I mean, it would have been banned, actually, with Terra Steel. It would have literally been banned. You think Trick Room's bad? Imagine fucking going into Melmetal with Choice Band, Double Iron Bash, Terra Steel, 12-0. But still, Melmetal would have been fun. Should bring that guy back. Mega Bellibolt would be the best electric type. Bellibolt is one of those Pokemon that has a pretty, like, regular BST, but it feels a lot stronger than it is. 495 BST, but this bulk is really fucked up. 109, 91, 83. Especially because it only has one weakness, right? So... This thing would be pretty tough as a Mega. With 595 BST. I feel like I never use any item on my Bellibolt anyway. Like, I'm always like Boots or whatever, and that shit gets knocked off. I feel like Bellibolt is an easy Pokemon to switch into knockoff, so this shit would be an epic Mega. When is this from? Gen 9, right? This is a new Pokemon? Damn. Shit, not getting no Mega then. Have we gotten any Pokemon from Gen 9 getting a Mega? Have they said? Is that in our leaks? I don't think so. Let me take a look. They don't even have anything from Gen 8. It's a bunch of Gen 6 and Gen 5 and then some off-brand shit. There's no Gen 8 or is there any Gen 7 in here? Hey, bruh. What's up, man? They need to give some new Pokemon some love. Barbaricle's Gen 6, isn't it? Oh, Phalanx is Gen 7, isn't it? Phalanx is Gen 8. Alright, copy. Alright. And Drampa's Gen 7? Okay. Alright, then there's some representation. I was getting mad. I was like, bro, did they really just not represent? We need Mega Archaludon and Mega Bax? Fuck out of here. Excalibur's already a Mega Evolution, LARPing as a third stage. Shout out Ariadne for 34 months. Agents in chat, we cannot be saying Marshadow would be okay in OU. Marshadow would be so broken. Marshadow could never be balanced. It's too strong. Spectral Thief is a bullshit move too. And even if Spectral Thief didn't exist, it would just do the same thing with Poltergeist. That shit's for sure OP. I don't think that shit could ever be balanced in no OU. Shit way too strong, bro. Marsh is too good. 125 speed is way too broken. They should bring that shit back. That shit would cause some good metagame advancements in Gen 9 OU for like 5 days before getting banned. What they gotta give Mega Scolipede to get it banned from OU? Let's take a look. Because Scolipede is coming. We already know Scolipede's coming. More likely than not. This shit has a high BST. Probably like 485. Oh, it literally does have 485. I didn't cheat, I promise. I just remember we were looking at this before. But yeah, all you gotta do with this is not give it a boost to its special attack, and it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. Because this thing's attack is already pretty bad. So you can assume it's getting some type of buff. But any buff is gonna be appreciated. 100 is fucking ass. But the attacks it has are pretty strong. Like Mega Horn and Earthquake. Poison Jab is pretty weak, but the only time this thing ever ran a Swords Dance set was in Gen 7. Very, very, very occasionally. And it would run like Aqua Tail with Z Water and Mega Horn and Poison Jab. But it would be a hard Pokemon to make work because you could never have the perfect coverage. If you don't have EQ, then you're not going to be able to break past the poison types. But then if you don't have Aqua Tail, you can't beat Landorus, Gliscor, and other ground types. And then of course you need your stab move. So are you going with Mega Horn, which is the strong 120 base power, or Poison Jab? If you don't run Poison Jab, then you're not going to be able to hit fairy types. So Scolipede actually has quite a lot of issues with picking the correct coverage for the metagame. Because let's say we look at Gen 9 OU right now, right? And you were to go with a set, I don't know. Well, you need Earthquake. Well, no, first let's say you need Aqua Tail, because there's 9 ground types in OU. So you need Aqua Tail. You got to hit Landorus and Gliscor. So that's already there. Then you got to what? You gotta hit what fucking Poison Jab to hit Fairy type Pokemon. And then that leaves you with what? Mega Horn or Earthquake. If we go to Gen 9 OU Pokemon, what would be the ideal coverage? Aqua Tail. So you need it for Landers here. Aqua Tail. Like this team could lose to like Aqua Tail, Mega Horn, Poison Jab. Maybe you don't need Earth. No, if you don't have Earthquake, you're walled by Gold and Go. This shit's ass is what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't have Earthquake, you're walled by Gold is crazy. I didn't even realize that. And then there's always going to be a Zapdos. So even if you're like +6, Zapdos is still going to live Poison Jab. Why doesn't this thing get Gunk Shot? That would have solved a lot of issues. Scolipede will need at least a 30 buff to the attack. And it's going to need a new poison move. We can't be using Poison Jab. Alright? Or new ability has to be adaptability. So that you can farm speed boost in base form, get your kill, and then boom. I get the adaptability. And then it's Jove. Very strong threat just pulled up to the scene. It would be on that Sharpedo timing, except it gets SD. Isn't that just Mega Beedrill? No, it would be way better. But you're right. Mega Beedrill has the same typing. So adaptability would be pretty doubtful, right? If Mega B already has that. So yeah, you're right about that actually. Adaptability is pretty unlikely. I don't think they're going to reuse Tough Claws. They already gave enough Megas Tough Claws. But what's another ability that they could give it that would be able to boost its middling attack stat? Like, what's an ability that overall boosts your physical attacks that is possible? Tinted Lens? Tinted Lens fits the bug type shit, but I don't want Tinted Lens. Tinted Lens is whatever. Moxie? Yeah, Moxie could work. Game Freak really giving Scolipede a Mega the same gen they give Skarmory a Mega is heinous? Oh yeah, that's another thing. No matter what you give your Scolipede, that shit will never beat Skarmory or Corviknight or any of those. So Scolipede is gonna need a lot of shit. Not gonna lie, Bug Poison might be the worst stab combination in the entire game. It's pretty cheeks. It's pretty fucking bad. My boy Cappy Bro said Sheer Force maybe. Sheer Force is not bad for Poison Jab, but I honestly don't think there's anything else that even has like the effect. Like Poison Jab, but then look, Mega Horn and Aqua Tail aren't boosted. Earthquake's not boosted. So you really can only boost what? Rock Slide? So that's pretty frustrating. And I guess Throat Chop. But not enough. I guess it would need Tough Claws. You saw the Gen 10 leaks? What leaks? We don't even have Legends Za. How can there be Gen 10 leaks? Is that shit valid? You think it's real? Or you think it's fake? I know they claimed that Gen 10 was in production even before Gen 9. They need to give Gunk Shot to Nidoking. It hits harder than Sludge Wave with 0 attack EVs and allows you to hit Blissey and Chansey and stuff. Gunk Shot Nidoking would be really cool. I agree. That would actually be a really viable mixed attacker. Because Gunk Shot with their Sheer Force boost hits some really crazy levels of strength. Fuck Gen 10. I'm trying to see what Legend Za is on. Fuck Gen 10. Gen 10 should have came out next month or in 2 months. I'm used to getting a new game every 3 years. That's what I've been used to since I started playing competitive a decade ago. How dare they change up the system? Every 3 years. They hoed. They hoed. Gen 10 leak talking about like 5 more the Dunsparce forms. They smoking on some crazy shit. Fuck out of here. I think I read that the Dunsparce, they're talking the Gen 10 leak. They said that the Dunsparce is getting something Which, press X to doubt. The Dunsparce is not gaining shit. I just hope Mons get more diversity since Terra's going away. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we do have new Megas, so that's like kind of new Pokemon. They're just gonna Dexit away problematic Pokemon and then move on to the next game. That's like their MO now for every future Pokemon game. So that's how it's gonna be. They'll just Dexit whatever was like too much. Like they were probably like, alright, Ferrothorn, you've been around for too many gens. You're too much. Get this shit out of here. Alright, let's drop a bunch of crap. Boom. That was it. If they were real bosses, they would bring back every single Pokemon, like some real G's, and it would have the greatest approval rating of all time. But what's the claim that they can't put all the Pokemon? Like their game can't fill or something? Or like their game can't handle all the Pokemon in it? Is that true? Guys, who here is a gaming expert? Is that true? Is that true that their game can't handle all 1,000? That sounds like bullshit to me. Did I make that up? Is that a true theory? Bruh. Put all 1,000. What's the reason? No way the reason is that they're just lazy. Yo. They're just lazy as fucked. The 3DS games had over 700 mons, not counting alternate forums. Alright, I guess that does answer our question then. So basically, Game Freak's pussy. That's really what I'm getting out of this. That Game Freak is pussy. And refuses to code. Game Freak, stop being pussy. Scarlet, when did games start going on the Switch? With Gen 8? Or is Gen 8 on 3DS? Gen 8 is Switch, isn't it? Gen 8 is for sure Switch. Right? That's when it started? Right? Okay. Oh, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I don't think I own Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. I try to support Pokemon all the time by buying their bullshit games, but Let's Go. I could not bring myself to buy Pokemon where Eevee and Pikachu were the main characters. It was just never happening. It was never happening. Let's Go games were very visually appealing. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Gen 8 dropped with less Pokemon than Black and White. Well, by the time Black and White came out, there were quite a few Pokemon out, right? It was like 600 mons. Gen 8 is Switch. Facts. But the moves are incredible, like Batty Bad, Splishy Splash, and other nonsense. That's what they were working with. But they do good with Megas too. Like the foresight to make something like this in the initial Megas batch. They need to make Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon remakes. Those the best games ever, bitch. Those are already remakes. Gen 10 should, in theory, be a Gen 6 remake. Or it should have elements of the Gen 6 remake. Legend Za is like some Gen 5 X Gen 6 remake. I don't know what they're doing with it. It's like a mixture of both. This fucking Zygarde glaze is out of control. Pokemon Black and White 3. Come on, man. Gen 10 has to be the greatest game of all time, so they're stressed. We need 5 more Gen 1 remakes. Get the fuck out of here. Go play Fire Red if you want that bullshit. People begged for Diamond Pearl remake and got the worst games of all time. Which ones? BDSP? First off, Diamond and Pearl, those are amazing, amazing games. So I understand why people wanted a remake of those. And they got hoed. Because I remember playing some BDSP when it came out competitively. Like, by competitively, I mean on the ladder. And it was just a shitty version of Gen 4. My team was literally a shitty Gen 4 team. I had Breloom, I had Infernape, I had Empoleon. That shit was not fire. That shit was not fire. And I'm only talking from the showdown perspective. I didn't actually play in-game BDSP. I think BDSP and Let's Go Pikachu EV, Pokemon failed to get me with that psyop. I knew that shit was just straight bank account deletion for fun. So I said, no, you won't get me this time, Pokemon. I faked him out, Hezzy. I couldn't let him do it. BDSP might be the worst Pokemon game ever. Get the fuck out of here. That shit cannot be the worst ever. Let me look it up. Pokemon BDSP. Let's just call that shit Pokemon BDSM. Let's get the worst fucking acronym to BDSP. The visual quality looks pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, HGSS is the worst. Yo, low key, I also think HGSS is a buns game. I played it when I was a kid. I remember playing Pokemon HGSS in 2010 or 2011, and I remember thinking, yo, this game sucks. But I know I'll trigger many by saying that. But yeah, I remember I played HGSS, and I was like, this shit sucks. Especially coming from playing Platinum. I was like, whoa. This shit is ass. CIA take. Sorry, haters. I mean, sorry, lovers. I'm the hater here. I didn't mean to rage bait. Just letting y'all know, I just didn't like that game. I liked your Pokemon following you, but I really wasn't rocking with HGSS like that. I really liked Platinum, and I really liked Black and White 1 and Black and White 2. But HGSS did not hit for me as a kid. I'm sure if I came back to it today, I'd probably appreciate it more. But I remember as a kid, after playing Gen 3 and Platinum, I was like, HGSS, to me, I was like, this shit is so bad. This is a step down. Didn't people jump on you on Twitter over your in-game tier list? People were so mad. I'd be posting that shit to bait. I had Pokemon Ruby and I had Pokemon Sapphire in different tiers. And I had Pokemon Alpha Ruby and Alpha Sapphire at the top. Or whatever, Omega or whatever it is. Alpha and Omega. I had those shits in like the S tier. I had them shits over actual Gen 3. My tier list got so many views. I remember I made people rage like anything. You know, let me find that shit. Let me find. Somebody find my tier list, please. Somebody find my in-game tier list. You want to see rage bait? I invented rage bait with that shit. Hold on. I gotta find that tier list. That was some crazy shit I did that day. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. Oras is better than OG Hoenn. Don't do that. It's tough out there. But anyways, yeah, if somebody can link me that tweet, do let me know. I would love to see my my tier list. Oras and Platinum are both bottom tier Pokemon games. What kind of fucking rage bait is that? What are you talking about? Platinum is the best. Platinum's already the best game ever. You must be out of your goddamn mind. You must actually be out of your damn mind to say some shit like that. Emerald was cool. I mean, I loved Sapphire. That was the first game I ever played that was Pokemon. I had a good time as a kid playing that old bullshit. Gen 1 is mostly ass. Black and White 2 best games, no discussion. I'm telling you, Black and White Black and white did me well. Black and white did me well from an enjoyable perspective. Black and white is like the whole package though. The in-game was tough, but competitive was even tougher. That was like a perfect current gen. But it could also be some nostalgia talking, you know? Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I never played no Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I own the games though. Black and White 1 low-key had that hard in-game too. As a kid, I remember I was like, yo, some threats in this bitch. There were some like the guy cheating gets this in his hacked Hydreigon and all that. Mystery Dungeon? Fuck Mystery Dungeon. If it doesn't introduce new Pokemon, we're not with that. If it doesn't show us new Pokemon, we not with that. Blunder, I found your tweet with the tier list. Alright. Send that shit to me in the server. And let me pull it up. That was my best rage bait of all time. I baited a lot of rage. Imagine releasing DLC before the game is released in Pokemon Legends ZA. What do you mean imagine? That's the reality, bud. That's the truth. That's the cold hard facts, player. I mean, Megas, we're never gonna say no to Megas. So Pokemon Company finally decided to just do the smart thing. I just saw a discount code for the DLC for the game that's not even out yet. DLC is confirmed $30. Is that the Let's see. I got a question about the Mega DLC. I'll try to answer. I might be wrong, but I'm gonna try to answer. You know what I'm saying? I might not be there for you with the accuracy of my response, but I'm gonna try it. Yes, a copy of the game will be $500. It's true. Alright, I just got linked to my tweet. Let's take a look at this rage bait bullshit. Actual Pokemon game tier list. Damn, so I had Showdown and S. Look at A rank. Platinum, Diamond, Pokemon Black, Pokemon White, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Platinum. So really, I literally put all the games I've actually played in A. Then we go down to B, and I start lying, putting random shit in random places. I never played the game with Lugia on it, so this is fucking bait. Pokemon White 2 and Black 2, I remember. But yeah, Pokemon Sapphire being above Pokemon Ruby. And then Emerald, which is objectively better than both. I just threw that bitch down there too, just to bait. And then Pokemon's in C, you just Gold is there for no fucking reason. You go down to Pokemon and you go to D rank, and then I have like everything there. This is really a work of art. This is one of my best. Also, there's more to it. Peep. I'm shized. They were so mad when they saw Pokemon Blue in D, and then they saw Suicune right next to it. When they saw that shit next to EV, oh my god, this was like, oh my god, bro. When I had Let's Go next to Gen 1 and Gen 2, it was like setting off dynamite. It was like setting off real life dynamite. It's one of my greatest works. That was one of my greatest accomplishments. This right here. This was a crazy. This was like 2020. Nah, this shit deadass has like 400 replies on Twitter. People were enraged. Yeah, look how many replies it has. 427. Bro, people were actually enraged. People were actually enraged at this. I remember. That was my bad, player. That was my bad. But sometimes you gotta rage bait. You got to. And I did. When they saw 0 Gen 1 games in A or S, they were ready to spin your block. That's like, that's some evil shit. But I'll ask you this. If somebody's never played Gen 1 or Gen 2, would they enjoy going to start up a game of Gen 1 or Gen 2 right now? Would they enjoy it? Would that bring them happiness? Would that be a good gaming experience? Or would they be like, yo, why did I boot up this old shit? That's the answer we gotta ask ourselves. Alright, chat saying Gen 2 is good enough. Gen 3 is definitely shiced. Gen 3 was my first game. Pokemon Sapphire when I was in grade 2 or 3. That was my first time playing once. Wonder started the Pokemon war with that tweet. Many were lost. I've been known to rage bait. Something about me? I'm a bait some rage. I can't help it. I started in Gen 6 and I recently played Gen 1. I thought it was fun. Nah, that's dope. Yeah, I should go back to some classics. I'm gonna definitely play Legends Arceus though. And I'm gonna screen share. Connect my capture card and try to stream it. Blunder, what did Mega Flygon do to be locked away to Alcatraz? You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I saved a tweet the other day which had a very funny image that somebody posted. Let me pull it up right now. I thought this was hilarious. But yeah, Mega Flygon is never happening. I saw this image and this shit was too funny. Come on, that's too funny. That's deadass what's going on. Flygon is never coming. That's just the reality. Sorry to the Flygon fans.
Welcome to the channel, baby. Shawty wanna sub.
I mean, Flygon will always be up there. It'll always be up there, man. But it's not getting anything. Did John Pokemon announce Mega Electivire yet? Well, there was a random fake leak. Well, maybe fake. More likely fake than real. But in one of the leaks I was going over, they talked about Mega Rhyperior. And Rhyperior is connected with Electivire and Magmar, right? Or is he not? Did I just decide that association? I guess Electivire and Magmortar are more paired off than I don't think Rhyperior is really part of their gang, right? Does Rhyperior, is he part of their gang? Okay. So if they all got that item, Protector, Magmarizer, Electorizer, are they all part of their gang? Their trio? So if Mega Rhyperior gets it, there should be Mega Magmortar and Mega Electivire. But it's unlikely that we're gonna see Mega Electivire or Mega Magmortar because we already have enough electric type Pokemon and fire type Pokemon getting Megas in this upcoming batch. It's Rhyperior and Tangrowth. What about Magnezone? Isn't he part of their gang too? They got that weird fucking 3-stage fucking squadron shit. No Mega Flygon, no purchase Nintendo. That's simple. Cap, you gonna be buying that shit. Stop the lying. Jinx was part of the gang, but they forgot about her. Jinx only got 2 stage. Jinx should be a 3-stage Pokemon. Or have a Mega. I think Jinx Mega was supposed to happen, right? But then Pokemon decided to scrap it on some hater shit. Jinx Mega should have happened though. That was always something that I was pretty certain would be a thing, and they never did it. Weavile too. Weavile's already broken as a 2-stage, and Weavile has a alternate form that's broken. Weavile got enough over the years. Weavile literally got better every single generation. Knockoff, buff, Icicle Crash introduction as a move. That shit turned it OU. Weavile is one of the greatest gainers ever. If Mr. Mime got an Evo, Jinx should get something Gen 2 GOAT. Let me look at Mr. Mime's stats. People love Mr. Mime. I can't even pronounce Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime and Mr. Mime Galar. Alright, so Galar's stats are fucking awful. Why did they give it a 65 attack? Yo, what is this troll shit? They made it bad for fun. Why did they do this, bruh? And why is he an NFE? Because it's Mr. Rhyme, right? So he's the father for... Wait, what? So you could put an Eviolite on this guy. Why does nobody roll around with this guy and put an Eviolite on him? Why does nobody troll with that? Wow, I'm getting put onto like deep mime lore. And then why is this even a thing? The Charlie Chaplin Pokemon. The design is cool, but why does this even exist? Why did they do this? Why did they want... They did this to troll Jinx fans. Because this is some bullshit. He too tough? Fuck out of here. He not tough at all. He actually not tough at all. He got some moves though. He got Grass Knot and Thunderbolt. Wait, I want to do a Mr. Rhyme video. Is this guy in Gen 9? Fuck! Bruh. Shout out Bird with the Giga Dono. Thank you so much for the support. That's much love. Let me see some W's in the chat for Bird. Good morning, Blunder. Did you see any clips of footage from the Pokemon Lucha Libre show they hosted on Thursday? People were posting so many images in Discords I was in. I saw one guy with the Hawlucha fit on, holding the Hawlucha. What was that for? Well, yeah, what was that for? The Pokemon wrestling. Nah, but it was mad dope. I didn't see any videos, but I saw a lot of photos on the timeline of it. It was a full card? Damn. Wait, that's actually mad dope. Everyone had really cool outfits on, like that were modeled after the Megas. I thought that was amazing. It was a wrestling promo event. Copy. In Mexico. That Lucha shit is tough. Shout out Hawlucha. Somebody told me that Hawlucha got revealed the same day as Jack Black's birthday. I thought that was pretty funny. Rhyme gets a Mega? Hell no. I was just looking at Mr. Rhyme as a potential candidate. Big shouts to Bird again for dropping a 20 dono. Much love. And shout outs to everybody who membered up. Shout out to my boy Mikro gifting the 5. Make sure y'all join the agency server if you haven't already. We need to get to that 500 member goal. Loki was expecting a Mega from it like Machamp. Machamp is what, a 3rd stage? I think Machamp having a Mega would be pretty on brand, honestly. I mean, I know there's a Gigantamax Machamp, but I always thought Machamp, even with the existence of Gigantamax, because that's not really a form. I always thought Machamp was one of those Pokemon that should have a Mega. I mean, stat-wise, Machamp's always had a really good BST. Everything is good. The special attack and the speed are bad, but it doesn't need either of those. I don't know why Mega Machamp doesn't exist. Make him Fighting Bug? That would be tough. That Ultra Beast typing? Make him the real Buzzwole? Should they retcon any G-Maxes into Megas in your opinion? Yeah, I wouldn't mind them doing that at all. I want them to make some different changes, but if it means more Megas, then I don't mind. Because there's a lot of irrelevant Pokemon that we never got to see their G-Max after G-Max got banned. Like Copperajah and shit like that. Or Beetle. Never used that guy again. Colossal's pretty fun too. G-Max Garbodor would go crazy as a Mega. Does Garbodor have a 500 BST? I feel like it low-key feels like it does. 474. Okay. You know, I thought this was getting a Mega. Because this was one of the Pokemon that was being shown off in the trailer. Like walking around when they were showing the early Legend ZA gameplay and shit on the Pokemon Direct. So I thought this, Crook, Aegislash, I thought all of them. Chandelure was with them too. We know Chandelure's getting a Mega, so. But yeah, I really thought Garbodor was gonna get a Mega. I think this is a pretty cool, unique Pokemon. People know about this. They're like, oh shit, it's the fucking garbage Pokemon, haha. Yeah, I expected a Mega. I don't know, it's a unique ass Pokemon, bro. It has insane moves too. I remember this shit gets Seed Bomb, and I think it gets Pain Split. Yeah, Pain Split, Seed Bomb. Yeah, he's cool. He's always did some funny shit. There's no other way to really put it. Garbodor looks like a Pokemon with slightly more stats than it has for some reason. Well, its HP and its defenses aren't, like, bad. Definitely not good. But Mono Poison's not a bad typing, right? You're only weak to Psychic and Ground type moves. And it is tough to be weak to Earthquake, but you can max it out pretty well if you max the HP and the defense. Attack is also pretty good when you're using Gunk Shot. I remember using this way back in the day. Like, I want to say Gen 6... like lower tiers, and the shit used Seed Bomb to take on Rhydon and Seismitoad. And I don't even think you 2-hit KO Rhydon. But this thing is carried by its move pool. Like, it learns both Spikes and Toxic Spikes. And then you Gunk Shot Poison. And that's really it. I don't know if I have any Garbodor teams on my builder. I doubt it. Let me go to my... Let me see if I can load up anything with Garbodor, just so we can take a look at what that Pokemon might even be. Cause like, bro, nobody even knows that guy. No hate to bro. You know what I mean though, like, I gotta see. Do I have any Garbodor teams? Gen 8 PU, Gen 7 RU. Alright, this is what I used to run on Garbodor, it looks like back in the day. This is Gen 7 RU, so this is literally like 2019. So this is what Garbodor used to do. Straight fat shit. Some speed though, as you can see. 75 speed is pretty decent. I don't know what this would do as a Mega, to be honest. Still on that Mega Porygon Hopium. Yeah, I could see that. I would have thought we would get the physical equivalent Porygon alternate form at this point. I would have really thought... You know what I'm saying? I would have really thought that we were going to get that. But whatever. Porygon Z is one of the coolest Pokemon. The whole Porygon family rocks. Porygon A. A split Evo from Porygon 2 would be really cool. Porygon 2 is one of the top 10 most annoying Pokemon to fight. So, I'm with that. Another form? I'm definitely with that. Damn, I just got tagged by one of my friends with a tournament battle going on, and he said, yo, major rage in the battle chat, tap in. But out of my professionalism as a human being and creator, I will not pull it up on this stream and laugh at it, even though I really do want to look at it and laugh, because I love seeing people rage. But you know what? You know what? Self-control. I'll look at this later and laugh. Anyways, let me move on. Can we talk about the first Earwax type Mon Mega Raichu Y? Shut up. Shut up. Raichu not getting no shit. Raichu not getting no shit. Mega Raichu, even with the new form, I already spoiled it for you guys fully. Even with 2 new forms, plus 100 BST each, it's not enough. But it's not enough. This guy's buns. This guy's terrible. I think Mandibuzz or Scrafty are related to Bisharp. Are Bisharp and Scrafty, why do they all have the same BST? If they all have the same BST, I'm gonna be mad. 490, 510, and then Scrafty's probably lower than both. 488. Damn! Scrafty is a proper chef job because Scrafty really feels like it has 250 BST, but it has 488 BST, which is very high. Damn, this shit's fucking horrible. Mandibuzz has a very solidly high BST, 510. 510 be putting in that work. But also, when you have defensive stats like these and a godly typing, it's damn near impossible to one-hit KO Mandibuzz. Especially without a Z move, now that we're playing in Gen 8, Gen 9, where you see Mandibuzz the most. It's literally impossible to kill this shit without like a Specs T-Bolt. This bitch is so fat. Unkillable Mandibuzz. Porygon Z is the only Mon that can use Hyper Beam competitively. Cap. Because back in the day, Gen 7, I had a team with Normalium Z Hyper Beam Superior. So, that was a Hyper Beam guy. Good times. Fur Coat and its Jover. Mega Mandibuzz would be so tough. Fuck off. Ain't no Mega Mandibuzz. You guys think Honchkrow could get a Mega? I don't know if the streaks actually like this Pokemon. I know Shofu likes this Pokemon. That's about the extent I know about this guy. I mean, I love Honchkrow too. Cool Pokemon, Moxie, Heat Wave, good special attack. Who doesn't like this? But I don't know if it's that if it's that valid. Big Honcho would be so tough with a Mega. This Pokemon is a lot worse than it should be, and Gen 9 only hurt more and more. But I feel like back in the day in Gen 8 or Gen 7, definitely Gen 8. Gen 8 was when you could get away with Shitmons more on the ladder. In Gen 7, in one-off tournament, you could get away with using actual Shitmons. But in Gen 8 on the ladder, Shitmons were better, if that makes sense, which is crazy to think that something can be better on the ladder than it is. I mean, can be better in tournament than it is ladder. But I feel like Trash Mons were better in tournament BO1 in Gen 7 than they were in Gen 7 ladder. But Gen 8, complete flip side. All Gen 8 tournament battles, I'm going to be running the most standard shit. Otherwise, you're going to get soloed by like Clef or Melmetal or Torrentee. But then on the ladder, I could fucking use Archeops and win. Z-moves helped tournament Trash Mons a lot too. That's also true. I remember I had a tournament game in OU where I won with Lycanroc because it had that Z splintered storm shards or whatever, and that's like a fucking 200 base power or something demonically strong. It's like the strongest Z rock ever, but yeah, so you can always have some fun. I like Z moves in low tiers too. I used to run a lot of Fightinium Z, Focus Blast, Magmortar, shit like that. Mega Raichu Y getting Levitate. I've already talked about Raichu a lot, but I'll just reiterate what I think about Raichu, which is that this guy's BST and the fact that it is confirmed that both forms are keeping pure electric is completely clipped. We could say that, hey, what if it has electric terrain setting ability? But I think even if it has electric surge, that shit's still bad because it doesn't get extender. 2, you have to use your Mega. And 3, it's still Raichu, which, unless we do give a really sizable boost to the speed, is going to be bad. 90 special attack is horrendously bad. This guy's needs like, it needs a solid 50 to special attack and at least 40 to speed. Then we're doing something. Otherwise, it's better than Pincurchin. It is better than Pincurchin, but 5 turns of terrain, also you have to Mega. I think that shit's weak. But something it has that Pincurchin doesn't is Volt Switch. So it could Mega, lead, Volt Switch out. And then shit. The terrain is up. So I'm really, hoping for what everybody is saying here, that it's gonna have electric surge. Because otherwise, this shit's for sure not gonna be making any waves whatsoever. I can't speak on what the other form is gonna be. People saying Wonder Guard and all that nonsense, that's obviously trolling, but what do we think? What do we think is realistic? I think Levitate and Electric Surge are both pretty possible. Do we have a Mon with Electric Surge and Rising Voltage? Not that I know of. They'd probably not give it Rising Voltage. They'd probably take it away if they were going to give it Electric Surge. Huge power? Huge power on the physical Raichu would be actually kind of nuts. Wait, That might be crazy. Shout out Seller. It needs Miraidon's ability and 70 special attack plus 30 speed for this thing to do anything. I think even with all of that, the fact that it's a solo typing is what is going to ruin it no matter what. Raichu does get some moves like Surf and Grass Knot. I think it gets Surf, right? Yeah, Surf. So there's like kind of coverage. But like not really, gang. This shit's in, is this shit in Gen 9? I was gonna say. Alright, so let's say Mega Raichu X or whatever is an actual huge power physical type Pokemon. Then you don't have to make the attack go more than, you know, base 100. And that gives you 90 BST to put wherever you want. So wait, I actually want to subscribe to this theory, whoever said huge power, because that would probably be the best way to save Raichu, because you would actually be able to utilize the 90 BST, because the attack you only need to make it base 100 for there to be some value there. Does this shit get physical moves? Ooh, it's not looking good. When you sort by power and the first 3 have a dash, that's how you know it's clipped. Volt Tackle, Play Rough, Brick Break, Knockoff, Trail Blitz. Alright, man. Oh my god. Imagine this guy running Fake Out. Imagine this thing trying to LARP as Medicham. This is some bullshit. But I'd still run it on some fun shit. Landers D comes in and you still do 5%. Tough. Shit's ass. Gotta give it something. Gotta give it some Ice Fang move. Gotta give it some like rat mouse style ability. But like a special Raichu ability, 2x on all bite moves or some shit. And huge power on top of that. As I've said many times, ladies and gentlemen, I do not personally believe that this is a savable Pokemon. I think he's cooked. I think he's absolutely cooked. Bro, if your Pokemon is unironically using Iron Tail and his name is not Mega Absol, knock that shit off, player. Knock that shit off. But hey, we'll see. You know I'm on, I want to have a Mega Sunflora. Bro has solar power and 105 special attack. Kinda hits hard in sun. Sunflora's famous, man. It shit has a pretty good BST, but it feels like it has a BST of 30. I don't care much about Sunflora, I'm not gonna hold you. It's a fun Pokemon, but Mega or no Mega, I'm not gonna be supporting Sunflora going further. That's just my opinion. You can cancel me for it if you want. Mega Tyrantrum. I already talked about Tyrantrum and Aurorus, which we're on this potential leaked paste bin of Megas. I don't know if I believe it or not. It seems kind of BS. Mega Tyrantrum, Mega Aurorus. Aurorus is also one of those Pokemon that's really hard to change. I mean, to save, because the typing is so terrible. What you think of Mega Drampa getting Drizzle? Dude looks like a Thundercloud in the leak. It looks like a Rain Pokemon or an Electric type, right? Mega Drampa is apparently not going to have a typing change, but it absolutely looks like some Thundercloud shit. Yo, what if we do get that? A Drizzle Pokemon that is a Mega, and then it's not even a Water type on top of that. I don't really know what to expect of Drampa. And it's actually a Pokemon that I pass over quite a bit when we're talking about these new Megas. This is not a hard Pokemon to buff. The speed's not getting touched. It's going to stay at 36. Maybe it gets lowered to 20, just so we can, you know, have more BST to play with, but I think they should just probably up the defenses a little bit. Up the special attack. You don't have to up the special attack much at all because it's actually very strong. But they need to change the typing. Normal Dragon is some whack shit. But what do you think about Mega Hydreigon with Mega Launcher? Mega Hydreigon is never coming, but I wish it would. Mega Drampa, Drizzle plus Archaludon, Rain is winning me every game. Fuck out of here. I forgot about Arch Manning. Arch is a broken bastard. Arch is a broken bastard. We need Mega Craw. I don't know if Pokemon Company likes Crawdon like that. I don't know if Crawdon actually gets the support that it deserves. Seriously. Because I know we love Crawdon over here, but I never hear anybody really talking about Crawdon like that on a grand scale. I feel like Mr. Craw was the best thing that we did for him. But besides that, bro ain't had an anime episode in 15 years. I should be happy that it didn't get Dexited twice. That's the new sign of Pokemon Company liking a Pokemon. If that shit didn't get Dexited at all in Gen 8 and Gen 9. Because again, I'll never forget this conversation I had with Sama. I was bitching about like how one of my favorite Pokemon didn't get some new moves or something. And Sama said, bro, just be happy your favorite guy is in the game. He's like, there are dudes that's favorite Pokemon is Seal. And he hasn't been in the last 2 games. And I remember that conversation so vividly. Because all it made me think was, let me stop bitching. It's really dudes out there who have not had their favorite Pokemon since 2018. And I'm in here bitching that my guy didn't get fucking Swords Dance. Maybe it wasn't Seal. The point is, man. The point is, it was some Pokemon that got Dexited 2 times in a row. And that was fucking crazy. It really... Perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Perspective. Perspective is important. Alright? There are kids starving in Africa ass statement. Let me complain. Chill. It's a real ass... No, it's a real thing, bro. Watchog will save Gen 10. Watchog could not even save himself. Why are we talking about Watchog? Why must we pretend? Why must we pretend, ladies and gentlemen? Bro, it's like, damn, only non-Wagyu steak for today. I can't believe they Dexited Stunfisk Blunder. That's one of those classic Pokemon fake outs that they do to you. Because it's like, bruh, did you really just give Stunfisk a brand new typing just to Dexit him? You'll never know Pokemon's next move, pussy. You'll always be getting owned by them at the end of the day. Now hold that. Tyrantrum users crying, bro, give me my head smash back. I looked up Tyrantrum stats before, but that's yet another Pokemon that has actually a pretty high BST, but that shit feels pretty weak. What if they make Mega Watchog broken? They could never do that. They could never make it broken. Watchog is a normal type, and its BST isn't good enough. Only some Megas can be broken. Let's actually take a look at the previously broken Megas, and take a look as to why those guys are broken. Let's go to Gen 7. Mega. Who the fuck is banned? Alright, who's banned from this shit? Mega Blaziken. Well, that shit's broken because ability plus stats. Hits like 630. Kangaskhan is broken because of an ability. Gengar is mixture but a heavy 99% ability. Lucario is ability. A lot of these shits can be ability. Metagross 700 BST is overpowered when it's done correctly. Same can be said for Salamence. Ray's the most broken Pokemon of all time. Yeah. So a lot of these are honestly ability carries, but then the Pokemon itself also has a good BST, so it's like open and shut. Like, what's Lucario's BST? 515? 508? 525? Wow, Luke is such a sick Pokemon. I can't wait for this to return with a Mega form. I really can't wait for this to come back. Streets don't know about that real damage till I bring out this guy. Too bad Mega and Terra couldn't be in the same game. Otherwise, I would have hit that Swords Dance Terra normal adaptability E-Speed. Thought Dragonite was bad. The god just slid. You said something about normal Shipmons not being able to be broken, but Kanga's right there. But Kangaskhan is a bunch of different things. Kangaskhan has a great BST, right? With the Mega. What's Kangaskhan's BST? If I had to guess, I would say 495. 490. So that means the Mega is 590. And they distributed it well. It also hits 2 times. And it's broken because of Seismic Toss. Like, this is a uniquely broken Pokemon. But it was broken in Gen 6 before that Seismic Toss bullshit. Just because Parental Bond being 1.5x with the second attack was too strong. But Watchog, which is the Pokemon y'all seem to be obsessed with, this guy's buns, bro. 420 BST. What's up with that? Kangaskhan's an ability is a super nasty ability. Look at Sableye. Bro was nobody before and now is near broken. Sableye is one of the greatest performers of all time. Me and CTC laddered with Sableye and Gen 9 OU, if you guys remember that Sableye video we did, and we were going crazy with it. Max defense, boots. Oh my god, it was so funny. Let me find that team. Let me find that team. Alright, I think I found it. Oh my god, here was the team. We were actually going dumb with this. This set could not be stopped. This set deadass could not be stopped. This was the most genius spin blocker into Great Tusk of all time. This shit was so genius into Great Tusk. They can never spin on you. When you got that Will-O-Wisp and that priority. Too genius. This guy's putting in work. Mega Mawil's another Shipmon turned superstar with Mega. That's a bunch of different things though. Mawil's typing also got upgraded to the objective best typing in the game, which is Steel Fairy. So Mawile got so many gifts, bro. An ability which makes its BST actually like 630, 640. And then the greatest typing in the game. Because Steel Fairy is objectively the best typing in the game. There's no better typing. That shit's the best. I used a Terra Ground Specs Mudslap Mamoswine to Oko Escaladurs yesterday. It was so funny. That brother's on drugs. Bro using the special Mamoswine. What's Mamoswine's special attack? 65? That's a base stat. I know it's terrible. You're pretty tough though for doing that bullshit. Mawile spoon-fed every BS item in the book. Mawile really got everything ever. Which is fair. Some Pokemon, you know, we forget about them and we want them to get something new. Sometimes they don't even expect the Pokemon to be broken. Nobody expected Mega Sableye when they were creating it at Game Freak to be as broken as it was. Again, it's only 480 BST, but it was just way too fucking optimized. Like way too optimized. It honestly doesn't feel real that this is 480. Also, the attacking stats aren't bad. 85 and 85. Because when I was first using this, when it had just come out with the release of Oras, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I was using Calm Mind, Recover, Will-O-Wisp, Dark Pulse. That was the set I was spamming the most. I remember. Crazy shit. Shout out to Mega Sableye, man. People used to run Fake Out Knockoff, Will-O-Wisp Recover. That was the most used set. Fake Out Wisp, you could get your Mega Evolution off turn 1. And then as Gen 7 came out, it had to become Protect instead of Fake Out because you can't Fake Out Tapu Lele. But yeah, game has changed a lot because this shit's not even good in national decks unless it's on like a super fat stall type build. It's definitely not bad, but it's not great at all. Calm Mind was never good. Calm Mind was only good for a couple months when the game had just come out because people were still trying to understand what the proper way to use Sableye was, which I can understand. Mega Beedrill was cookery in the kitchen. Mega Beedrill they really cooked. Wonder, remember the Talon Mega Sableye team? Do I remember the Talon Mega Sableye team? You mean my flagship team, bruh? You mean my official Smogon tournament flagship build? Bruh, I must have brought that game. I brought that team every single round of the official Smogon tour when I got to finals. My greatest regret is I didn't bring it to the final series. I brought it every other round. Semis, top 8, top fucking 16. All the rounds before that. My Sableye Talon. It was my greatest team of all time, man. Good times. The Talonflame nerf is so fucking pussy. I hate that they did that. Talonflame should never have gotten nerfed. And it would still be a good, decent Pokemon. That shit honestly gets worse with each coming generation. Because it's still a fire-flying type Pokemon. The ability was good, but it wasn't something like completely fucking game-bending. Talonflame getting nerfed is one of the dumbest changes of all time. It's a high-skill Pokemon in Gen 6. It's not even a great Pokemon in Gen 6 OU. It's extremely high skill. You get Pursuit Trapped once, you lose. You literally lost your Talonflame right there. The amount of teams with Heatran, Gliscor, Tyranitar, that shit was never that good in Gen 6. It was decent, but it's a high skill Pokemon. It's very easy to lose using it. But yeah, I remember Gen 7 came around and they told us Talonflame no longer exists, and that shit broke my heart because Talonflame would be fucking dope in Gen 7. Can you imagine Gen 7, but with Gale Wings Talonflame? I'd be walling Kartana, bitch. I'd be coming in on knockoff, roosting it off every game. Sableye Talon would actually be demon time. Oh, man. That shit would get so much usage. An unnerfed Talonflame. They need to bring that back. For no reason. They need to bring it back. It was because it was going King Von in Gen 6. That's what everyone told me. That it used to Tailwind in Gen 6 VGC. And it was like too cancerous. Hoping for a Toxapex Mega on some hater shit. Stall stocks to the fucking moon. Shut your bitch ass up. Stall stocks to the fucking moon. Megapex is filthy. Flame Body's really good still. Oh yeah. How they gonna nerf Talon then release busted Gen 9 Muns? You know how they do. Genies did Prio Tailwind as well. Yeah, I guess that's true, but I don't know. Maybe Talonflame was too troll to them. But I hate that nerf so much. That always seemed like one of the most stupid nerfs. We talked about it before, but I hope some of the old Megas get repurposed and get some buffs. Mega Sceptile type Pokemon, they need something, anything. It would be amazing if Dragon type Megas that adopt the Dragon typing are able to now get Draco Meteor, which I don't think they're going to do because it doesn't fit the game's lore of, you know, having an actual Dragon type being taught the move. But either way, it would be a good quality of life change. Something like this having to use Dragon Pulse 10 years later is pretty horrible. Same thing with Ampharos. Ampharos sucks. Its best move it gets as a Mega is fucking Dragon Pulse, which isn't even a good move. So, it's a shame. So yeah, with Champions they might. I would think that too, right? I would think with Pokemon Champions that some of these are going to get repurposed and get some good tools. You can only hope, right? Why the hell does Sceptile Mega have Lightning Rod? That's some troll ability. I mean, it's pretty fire though when you actually get it to work. Also, being immune to Thunder Wave is huge. And you cockblock Rotom Wash completely. They can't Volt Switch for life. So, Lightning Rod, even though it's, 4 times resistant to electric attacks, you can't go wrong with being immune to Thunder Wave, man. Sceptile needs Earth Power and Power Gem. Definitely needs Earth Power. Power Gem would help a lot. It needs those for birds. Dracovish will probably come back. And it'll probably be reworked. If it's just Rend, will probably be changed. Or it won't come back. I think I asked this already. But was Dracovish making moves in VGC? Like, obviously Dracovish was crazy broken in Gen 8 for a couple months, but what did Dracovish look like? Or was it not a big deal? Because Dynamax and faster Pokemon like Calyrex? Or was it broken? What did Dracovish look like in VGC? It's pretty good. Somewhat, but not as good as singles. Yeah, I guess if you can only focus on one Pokemon and the other can kill you, it's harder to just come in there and sweep the way it does in OU, where As long as it can 1v1 the Pokemon in front of it, which it could do for 90% of the Pokemon, then you're fine. Vicious Rend is a dumb move. 85 base power that doubles is really stupid. I don't like any of those moves though. Like Bolt Beak, Vicious Rend, they're all corny moves to me. We need a bug legendary. You telling me that after 9 gens we don't have a bug legendary Pokemon? I guess nothing is coming to my head right now. Damn. You telling me they need the king? You telling me they need the king, huh? Who's the king? They be asking me. You telling me they need a drop? They need a drop Miasma? Stop fucking around. Oh, Genesect. Genesect is a legendary. It's a mythical. Bro, that mythical legendary thing is bullshit. Everyone knows mythicals are actually legendaries. Everybody knows they're all the same shit. But yeah, they need to make Miasma on some G shit. This is the most insanely epic cat Pokemon. This guy has all the most amazing moves ever too. Look at this guy's move pool. Close combat. It actually has a good special attack. 88. It's pretty mid compared to the attack. But it gets first impression. It gets U-turn. It gets all the fucking dragon attacks. Gunk Shot. Ice Fang, Leech Life, Mega Horn. Bruh, he's too tough. Swords Dance. He's too tough. Miasma's so tough. It does get first impression, right? Yeah. Neutralizing Gas, Hyper Cutter, and Compound Eyes. Me, when I'm rocking that Mega Horn Compound Eyes, it's Jove. Mythicals are just rare legendaries pretty much. Yeah, that makes sense. Gas is really good for Gliscor that could otherwise live its hits well. Dude, Miasma needs to pull up. We need this guy. Bug Dragon is low-key a pretty good typing defensively, too. It's not weak to that much. Ice, Flying, Rock. The usual shit. Fairy. But you resist ground still. Resist water, grass, electric. All of those are pretty nice. Super resist grass. This is a dope typing. Bug Dragon. Do we have this? We don't have this, right? Why the fuck do we not have a Bug Dragon after 30 years? Shout out my boy Knotted Alpaca. Which mon do you think is most likely to get the Mega Mawile treatment and go from coughing baby to Hydrogen Bomb? That's well said. Shout out to my boy Jordan. Always showing love to the agency. One of the finest members. Also, you know who has 88 special attack? Petrant. Petrant hits hard when you invest in the special attack. Every time I play a Petrant that's uninvested in special attack, I'm like, phew, this thing is going to be easy to tank. But then when you play the rare one that's invested in special attack and you go into your Corviknight or Slowking G and you end up taking like half, it starts getting really annoying. But I was actually just talking about this. I said Raichu is the best candidate to get that Mega Mawile treatment. Because if Mega Raichu X has huge power and is physical, which is what the chat seems to think, then all you need to do is make the attack stat like base 100, and then you hit 299 or 328 if you're adamant. But you only need to up the attack stat by like 10, which gives 90 BST to play around with, which, you know, put it in speed or whatever. The only issue is that Raichu's physical move pool is absolutely buns, and huge power is only for physical Pokemon. So they would have to give it some new attacks or something. Like I'm always keep telling you guys, pure electric is so bad. They need to make it electric flying. They need to retcon the Mega Raichu Y and make it a flying type. That's what they got to do. One of the forms has to be double typing. They cannot both be pure electric. Fuck no. Do you think Mega Zeraora would be bad? No chance. Mega Zeraora would be one of the strongest Pokemon. Zera has 600 BST, right? Bro, people don't remember how good this thing's stats are because it's been gone for 3 years. This guy was one of the top dogs in Generation 8. Even though it couldn't hit ground types, it would just knock them off and then it would be back later on. Volt Absorb is a godly ability. Plasma Fist is a really, really clutch move. It's like the best electric physical move. It has close combat. It has bulk up. If this gets a Mega, yo, this would be a fucking awesome Mega candidate. This would also be the fastest Pokemon to ever get a Mega. So it wouldn't even need much speed to be just the fastest thing of all time. right? Like, the only thing faster than this are the megas that hit 150, like Alakazam. So all you need to do is give this guy an extra 10 in speed. It's faster than everybody. So if you beef up the defenses and the attack, give them all a 30 piece each, it's over with, bitch! I'm surprised no mega has ever circumvented the no HP gain limit by having huge power for HP. Give that shit to Mega Floette or some shit. Big shouts to my boy Jordan. Thank you for the love. I'm surprised no megas ever what, you mean like huge power for HP? What do you mean? You mean like the Zygarde double your HP? I don't follow. That's just like the core essence of the Pokemon, more or less, that they can't have an HP buff. Floette Eternal actually has more HP than regular Floette though. It has 74 instead of 54. This Pokemon's fucking hype, bro. As long as they give it a little bit of coverage, we're chilling. Also, this might get reworked completely. We talked about that before, but there's no like statement saying that Floette Eternal has to be the exact same as it was back in the day. This is not about to be like, what if this BST is just what we know the old one as? It could be completely reworked as a completely original Pokemon. It can go crazy if it gets Magikarp. Dude, trust me, all this thing needs is a move to hit steel types or Tinted Lens so that Moonblast can just be spammed. But yeah, all you need is a move on this to hit steel types, because you already know the special attack is getting buffed. This shit has potential to be the strongest special attacking fairy. I guess Diancie is pretty strong. Diancie is 160 special attack, I think. Super strong. They really hoed this thing. Just a lot of fake grass moves. Doesn't even get Mystical Fire. Mega Diancie coming back and now learning Mystical Fire is going to be really, really fucked up. 4 attack Mega Diancie playing against that shit in National Dex feels low-key broken. Moonblast, Earth Power, Diamond Storm, Mystical Fire. And that guy is mixed because Diamond Storm hits off the heavy physical attack. So it can 2-hit KO Slowking G and shit like that. Dude, that thing is a super troll. I hate fighting Mega Diancie. Mega Diancie coming back is going to be nasty work. Get ready. How good do you think Mega Jinx would have been, Blunder? Because that shit was planned and was cancelled. Well, let me look at Jinx's stats. 455? Wow, Jinx feels a lot more than 455. I thought it was like 495. But good speed, good special attack, and that Lovely Kiss being a broken move will do that for you. Jinx was good back in the day with Nasty Plot, Lovely Kiss, Cheese. As a Mega, it would be you would have to take the speed to like a ridiculous level, because Mega Alakazam is the same thing as Jinx, more or less. The first 3 stats are horrible and the last 3 stats are good, but Mega Alakazam has 150 speed, so it can deal with the bad defense. This defense with this typing is too bad. So even with a Mega, I think Jinx would have still been garbage. Because Sleep doesn't even exist anymore. So that's like all of Jinx's viability in the toilet. And then the worst typing defensively. Also, Alakazam base got a defense boost, I think. Right? Like Alakazam, when it got ported over to Gen 7, the defense went up +10. So that helped a lot. So Jinx would need the same benefit the way Alakazam got it. Favorite set with Diancie's Gravity, Earth Power, Calm Mind, Moonblast, Power Gem. Blood, you said 5 moves. There's nothing that can switch in. Yeah, Blood, your shit got 5 moves. Stat spread looks like the beta version of Fluttermane. You could tell Fluttermane is based off a lot of different Pokemon. Fluttermane and Megazam are the same Pokemon, more or less. And even base Alakazam. First 3 stats trash, last 3 stats good. It's like a classic style. The inverse of first 3 stats bad, last 3 stats good is like Rhyperior. Because his first 3 stats are godly, and his last 3 stats are fucking cheeks. First 3 stats are fucking amazing. Shout to Rhyperior, baby. Alright, chat. I'm off. I gotta head out, unfortunately. I would have liked to keep going, but I got some IRL commitments. I'm gonna post a video later, though, so tap in for that. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like on the stream right now before you go. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're ready for with Pokemon Legends. I'll see y'all soon. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.